Hold on tight, folks, because we're diving headfirst into the biggest stories rocking the sports world. First up, a shocking development in the UFC lightweight division. Arman Tsarukyan claims the UFC pulled a White House fight offer. Sources say the promotion initially wanted Tsarukyan to face Michael Chandler on the historic card, but ultimately backed out, citing concerns about Chandler's U.S. representation. Could this mean a late call-up for Tsarukyan if either Chandler or Ruffy get hurt? We'll break down the drama and what it means for the lightweight contenders.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next, let's head over to the featherweight division where Aljamain Sterling is making some serious noise after his recent victory. Did Funk Master do enough to leapfrog Movsar Evloev and earn a shot at the title? Plus, Dana White is still making headlines after the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and Colby Covington is showing a whole new side of himself in his Swing Rounds debut. MMA Fighting's Mike Heck and Jed Meshew are breaking it all down. Don't miss their analysis. Now, shifting gears to the world of boxing, veteran promoter DiBella is dropping some serious truth bombs. He's comparing the promotional styles of Dana White and Eddie Hearn, and he's making a bold claim. White is the better promoter. DiBella argues that the UFC operates a smarter, more effective, and better capitalized business than Hearn's Matchroom. With Dana White now launching Zuffa Boxing and signing big names like Conor Benn, is boxing about to get a UFC-style makeover? And speaking of boxing, DiBella is spilling all the details on the Ariel Helwani show, laying out his thoughts on the current state of the industry and the future of boxing. It's a must-listen for any fight fan. Don't miss out on these explosive stories. Subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and stay locked in for all the latest sports news and analysis. UFC lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan has revealed he was nearly added to the historic UFC Freedom 250 card at the White House, but the promotion ultimately changed course. The unprecedented event, the first sporting competition ever held on the White House lawn, is just weeks away, featuring Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje, and a host of other top stars. While anticipation is high, some fans expressed disappointment over the perceived lack of star power, especially after UFC CEO Dana White touted it as the promotion's biggest card ever. A highly anticipated super fight between Topuria and welterweight champion Islam Makhachev reportedly collapsed at the last minute. Tsarukyan, who is likely to face the winner of the Topuria-Gaethje bout, disclosed on the PBD podcast that he was initially considered to fight Michael Chandler. However, matchmakers reportedly deemed it unfavorable for Chandler, a U.S. fighter, given his recent losing streak, 3 consecutive defeats, including a loss to Paddy Pimblett. Tsarukyan stated he was 99.9% confident in defeating Chandler. Instead, Chandler will face Mauricio Ruffy at UFC Freedom 250. Tsarukyan added that he remains on standby, ready to step in should either fighter be unable to compete. In other news, Arnold Allen has claimed the UFC isn't attempting to compete with the upcoming Rousey-Carano card, stating that he and Melky Medeiros are headlining. UFC featherweight contender Aljamain Sterling is making his case for a title shot after a dominant decision victory over Youssef Zalal at UFC Vegas 116. The win has sparked debate. Does Sterling jump Movsar Evloev in the rankings, or will the UFC finally grant Evloev a title opportunity? That's just one of the topics being dissected on the latest edition of Between the Links. The panel is also reacting to Dana White's recent comments following the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and the surprising debut of Colby Covington in Swing Rounds, revealing a new side of the controversial fighter. This weekend's UFC Perth, headlined by a clash between former champion Jack Della Maddalena and Carlos Prates, is also under the spotlight. Join MMA Fighting's Mike Heck and Jed Meshew live at noon ET/9 AM PT, or catch the replay and podcast version available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. Boxing promoter DiBella has weighed in on a range of industry issues, offering sharp commentary on everything from new legislation to fighter matchups. DiBella recently discussed the nascent Zuffa Boxing venture, Conor Benn's lucrative contract, and the ongoing promotional rivalry between Dana White and Eddie Hearn. In a pointed assessment, DiBella asserted White's superiority as a promoter over Hearn. The conversation also touched on Anthony Joshua's decision to face Christian Prenga instead of a highly anticipated bout with Tyson Fury, a move DiBella likely views with scrutiny. Furthermore, DiBella addressed the potential impact of the Ali Revival Act currently progressing through Congress and the continued influence of Jake Paul within the boxing world. His remarks provide a broad overview of the current state of boxing, highlighting key challenges and emerging trends within the sport. Veteran boxing promoter Lou DiBella delivered a stark assessment of the promotional landscape in a recent appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, unequivocally stating that UFC President Dana White is the superior promoter to Eddie Hearn. DiBella, drawing on over 3 decades of experience including his time at HBO Sports, emphasized the UFC's robust business model and strategic execution. He acknowledged criticisms of the UFC's fighter compensation, but maintained they operate a fundamentally sound and effective business. In contrast, DiBella expressed concern over a lack of vision and adaptability within the boxing industry, stating he hasn't identified a promoter with the wherewithal and vision to forge a new path. While conceding Hearn and Queensberry promotions are survivors, DiBella believes the traditional promotional model is dying. He attributes Hearn's continued success to boxing's strength in the UK and Matchroom's broader sports portfolio, but reiterated White's operation is demonstrably more effective. Not even a question. These comments are particularly resonant given White's new venture, Zuffa Boxing, backed by substantial Saudi investment, and its aggressive pursuit of high-profile fighters like Conor Benn and Edgar Berlanga, alongside a push to reform the Ali Act. DiBella's message is clear. Boxing risks obsolescence if it doesn't adapt to the model White is now implementing.